Okay, fine. So let me, okay. So I think I have started the recording. Okay, recording is started for today's session. And see here the agenda for today. Okay. Okay, so uh, we will discuss some important method. Okay, so these are the methods which will be going to use whenever you will write any major Selenium code. Okay, so these are the most common methods which you will come across. So it is very necessary to have the knowledge on how these methods will work. Okay, so these are the methods. That first is how to maximize the window, how to get the text, how to what is the I will tell you what are these methods. So these are the three methods, and then how to move forward and backward in the browser. And as you can see, these are the locators. So I think this ID locator is already covered in the previous class. Am I correct? Anyone please tell? Okay. Okay, so what we will discuss first of all, okay, I think I've written some more point. Okay, there is nothing more here. So we will first we will see them, but let's first we start from this, how to maximize the window. Okay, so first of all, this is my Eclipse, and suppose if I remove this. Okay, so this is the basic code. Let me remove this as well. So here what I'm just doing, I am just opening google.com in the Chrome browser. Okay, these two lines are mandatory, as you know from the previous session. Okay, so what if I execute this? See what will happen. Your browser will open, google.com will be opened. As you can see here, Google is open, but what happened, this window, you can see this is not in maximized mode. Okay, this is not in the, you can say, full screen mode. So if I want that every time when my browser will run, it should be open in the full screen mode. Okay, not like this. Okay, not like this. I want that every time my browser should open in the bigger window. So by default it should open like this. Okay, so here I have done manually, but if I have to do with the help of Selenium code, then how we will do with it. So there is a one simple step you have to write. See, this is our object, driver is our object. Okay, so driver is the object, and that object has one method. Okay, so driver dot I think it was driver dot window. Okay, I forgot the method. Let me see, driver dot I think navigate. Okay, let me do it again. Driver dot, yeah, it was that. Sorry, I forgot it. Thank you for reminding me. So driver dot manage dot window dot uh, yeah. So this is the method. You can see inside this manage method there is one method, window method. Inside that window method there is one method, maximize method. Okay, so if we write this single line of code, what will happen? See here, you can see on your screen. Okay, so it will execute the browser in maximize mode. See, it will. Okay, it has not opened that browser. Okay, it has opened. Okay, it has taken some time, but it has opened. Okay, so you can see with the help of this single line, we are able to maximize the window size. Okay, to the fullest. So this is one thing. Is it clear to you all? This is a very simple piece of code. Okay, so let me write. Let me not remove this code. Let me put it here only. Okay, so let us first come to a one website. Okay, let me open one Chrome browser again. Okay, so suppose this is the one popular website, w3schools.com. Okay, so are you getting any kind of disturbance from the background? Please confirm. I think, okay, if you are not getting, then it's fine. So suppose this is the, you can see the login button on the right hand side, top of the page. Login is the button. And what if I have to print the value? Login is the value, you can see login is the text. If I have to print that text inside my this window, so how I can do it? And okay, so how I can do it? this is the method. With the help of this we will print text log in present on the button. Okay, so is it clear? See, this is the method which we'll be using to get the text. Login is the text which is present on the button. You can see green button. So we will print that text in our output, in our console output. So how I will do it, you can see here with the help of get text method. So first of all I will right click, as you know how to inspect from the previous class. Okay, so I will select this and I will come here. Okay, so by doing this I will be, if I click this, I have not clicked it as of now. If I left click it, you can see this is highlighted. So this is the coding part they have done to make that button. Okay, login button. So here you can see that id is one attribute, this is an attribute, style is an attribute, class is an attribute, href is an attribute. Okay, these are so many attributes here. So suppose, as we know that how to use id, so I will first start from the id, because you all are comfortable how to use id locator. Okay, id is one of the locator. So I will simply first of all copy the what I was saying, copy the attribute value. So attribute value of id is this. Id is an attribute, so value is w3 login button. So this is the value I have copied, and after that I will write simply here I will use id locator, driver dot find element by dot id. So this is the one I am talking about, and inside that id locator place the value which we have copied. This is the value which we have copied from the browser, and just simply say get text. See, this is the method I was talking about, and you can see here after the get text method string is written here. It means that whatever the get text method will give you, it will be of type string. Okay, so if I do like this, so here you can see with the help of this one I have located my Selenium code will understand. Okay, so this is the button, it will come here. Okay, it will come at the login button. After that we are just saying get me the text which is present on the login button. So what will happen, login text will be extracted. Okay, so if I have to catch that element, what I will do, I will simply write, so whatever the text which I will get, suppose whatever the text which I will get from here will come here in this variable val which is of type string. Okay, and I will simply print it in the next line. So this way. Okay, let me first execute, then we will see whether it is working correctly or not. It will again maximize the window because we have written the code. You can see okay, I think I have not opened the correct website, right? See, yeah, I forgot to edit. So this is the website we are talking about, not Google this time. So let me remove this. Okay, before I will place this code after that only. Okay, so that when the google.com will open, browser will be in maximized mode. So you can see browser is open and it will be maximized before starting Google. Sorry, not Google, W3 Schools is the website which we are talking about. Okay, after that you will see site is loaded, and after that you will see this text, login is the text in your output. See, the site is still loaded, means our text case has not finished the execution. So you can see it is still running, right? Because we see it has printed login in our console window with the help of get text method. Okay, so this way if you use this get text method, then you will be able to print the value from your browser to console window. So this is clear to you all how we can do it. You can use other locator as well. I will be talking about it later. in this lecture. So is it clear? Okay, so the point is people might wonder that why we are using this get text method to print this in the console. So suppose I will give you a real life example. In your project, suppose you have a new website. After that website is made, suppose suppose this is your website which you have made. Let me open this only. So this is the website you have made. So and you client has said that I want login this text in capital letter. Okay, but after some code changes in your website, okay, you have made major code changes in your website. So what happened, that login text, whatever the written here, will become like this. Okay, without a space. So it is this it should be like this, but after some coding changes uh, it become like this. So which is wrong, right? Client did not expect that kind of change. So we have to keep an eye on it, whether whether after the changes of code, after every code change, this text will remain as it is. Okay, so what I will do, you can see here, suppose my original value is this string original. Okay, let me write it correct. String original text, I will say, which is login in capital letter. Okay, with one space in between. Okay, okay, I will put it in double quote because it is a string variable. Okay, so here I am just extracting the value. Let me write it again. Extracting text value. Okay, so here I am extracting it, and after that what I will do, to check whether this code is changing after every code change is not code, the text I'm talking about, I will put one if else condition, if and then else. So in the if condition I will say this is my original value which developer has made. Okay, so this is my original value dot equals. Okay, so this will test. I hope you already have little bit idea of Java, many of the people here. So this is the value which we are extracting. Okay, so if this value, if this original text is equal to the text which we are extracting from our browser, so I will write what I will write, that I will simply write new code changes has not affect my login text. Okay, which is correct. Client do not have any issues with it. But what happened after you are extracting the value, suppose that value got changed, and suppose if you get the different value. Okay, so we will write, okay, we get mismatch in the value, or you can say text mismatch in the login text. So we have to fix the issue, something like this. We have to fix it as soon as possible. Okay, let me remove this. So you can see, as of now you will get this in your output because everything is working correct. But in the real time, if this value, which value, this value, login value become like this, then with this simple code, you will be able to check every time, okay, whether your website is working correctly or not. So let me run this first. So this time it should print, okay, because the values are equal. So you can see here, it will again maximize as we have written the code already. So I think it will take few more seconds to load. So it is still loading, right? So let us wait. You will not see anything in the output. Let me minimize it. Okay, so you can see, so see, after this has completed load, this website has loaded completely. You can see in the output, new code changes has not affect my login, because what this text and the text which we have extracted, okay, are same. Let me put a debugger as well so I can show you in a more better way. Let us run it again. So this time what will happen? Debugger will stop the execution. See, debugger is here. As of now, this step is not executed, so you will not see any value. But as soon as I execute it, uh, you will see the value here. Okay, it is taking more time. See, you can see. Okay, see, this is the value which we have extracted. Okay, so as of now, you got this value, which is clear. But what happened that if this value got changed due to some code changes, like I think I will be able to, okay, here it is not possible. I think I was trying to change the value here, but anyways, I think you have got the concept that if this value might have something different, then we will jump to else part. Okay, so here as of now you can see this value, this is correct, condition is true, so we are just executing if part, and we will not go inside the else part, and then our program execution has stopped. So this way you can use get text method to validate your website. Okay, is it clear to you all? Okay, so any issues? Okay, I think all people are clear with it. So let me again come to my word. Okay, so this we have discussed as well. Okay, so let me remove this. So these are the two things which we have discussed. Let me highlight this first. Okay, so let me do this. So these are the 2 points which we have discussed. Okay, and their use. Okay, let us come to this get attribute. Okay, so before that let me open one website which is amazon.in. Okay, and after that I will come to its sign in page, which is this. So I will be going to directly open this. So what we have to do here, first of all, I hope you all know how to insert a text, or you can say insert a phone number in this text box. Is everyone clear with it? How to enter? Please confirm. Yeah, yeah. Is everyone clear? Okay, fine. So what I will do first, I will suppose I have written like this. Suppose this. So any ID you can say. Suppose this is the number. Okay. So what I will do after that, I have to get that number. This is the number. I have to get the number from this text box, and I will print it here in my console output. Okay, so suppose let me use get text method as well, and we will see what is the output we are getting. Okay, we have just discussed how this get text method is working. Okay, let us see whether it will help us in grabbing the text present inside the text box. Okay, let us try this. Okay, so first of all, let me this, I will copy this because I am directly opening this. So copy this link and put it inside this method, get method, and I will simply copy this whole. Okay, so after that I will remove this, and I do not require this as well, this as well, this as well. Okay, so after that Amazon site sign in page will get opened. Okay, and suppose let me come here. Okay, I will remove this as well. Okay, remove this as well. Okay, so this is my original browser. Okay, so let me remove this as well. Okay, so to get the to write any code, first of all, what is the first step? We will just inspect it, and I will simply click this text box. Okay, I have clicked it. You can see this is the coding. This is the coding, highlighted one is the coding they have used to design that text box. Okay, so this is the text box, and you can see there are so many. Type is a attribute, maximum max length is an attribute, ID, and I hope you are familiar with it. ID is already you have studied, and there are table index as well, and class as well. You can see class is one of the attribute. Okay, so as of now, as you are comfortable with ID, okay, we all know how to use ID, so I will go with this. So first of all, I will copy the attribute value, which is ap underscore email. Okay, So I will write driver dot find element by dot id. So I am using id locator. So value of id locator is this, and after that I will write what I have to do, send keys. Okay, suppose in the send keys I will write this number 831969028. Suppose this is any random number. So what will happen? See, with the help of this, we are just finding the text box. Finding the element here means we are just finding the where that text box is present on the web page with the help of this id locator. Okay, and value of the id is, you have already seen, ap underscore email. Okay, and after we have find the text box, we are just sending that number in the text box. So this is what the step is all about. So let us first execute whether it is working correctly or not, then we will see what we have to do next. Okay, so it has again started execution. It will maximize again. Okay, you can see it has entered the number. Okay, so this is our test case as of now. So let me, what I have to do now, I have to print this number. I have to grab that number inside the text box and I will print it here in console window. This is my console window, right? You can see I will print that number here. Okay, so how I will do it? Okay, I will think, okay, get text is the method. I will use it simply. Let me use it, driver dot find element. So this is the, okay, let me write it again. Again I am using id. Okay, okay, sorry for that. Again I am using this id attribute. Okay, so driver dot find element by dot id by dot, and after that value of id is this, and then I will use get text here as well, because it has, because we have seen previously that how get text method will work. Okay, after that this will return me a string. Okay, you can see that this is a string only, it is not an integer value. So at the end we are going to just retrieve that number. So value will catch here a string number, you can say, and I will simply print that number. Let us see what is the output you are getting. So let us first debug this, right? I am putting a debugger. Let us see what will happen. So it has, see, you will see it has, okay, so this step is executed. So number will already be present in the text box. This is the last browser, so you can see number is entered. Okay, and after that what I am doing, I am again finding where my text box is present. This is the, this line will tell where my text box is present, and I am saying get me the text present inside the text box. Text in the sense this number. Okay, so you will see that this number will not have any value. You can see, you can see number is not present here. Why? So what will, let me tell you. See, you can see here it has just a empty string, right? And even if I will try to execute the next line, it will print nothing in the console because the string is empty, so you are not seeing anything here. Okay, so let me come to here. Okay, okay, see, earlier what we are doing with the help of get text method, right? As I fetched that login button, you can see here, if I click this, you can see the text on the bottom of my screen, highlighted line. The text login is present here. Okay, so get text method will be able to give that you the text which you want to grab. Okay, you can see here as well, if we want to grab the text with the help of get text method. Okay, suppose this is the continue button. You can see that this is the text, it is read like this. You can see this is the text. If you use get text here, then it will be fine, it will give you the text of that button. But here if you see, I have written that number. Okay, so if I click this, you will see that number 831969028 will not be present here, right? It is the number which we have entered, it is not present by default. So this is the reason get text value is returning us empty string in this case. Okay, because it has not find any number here. You can see number is not present. So how we can solve this issue? So to solve that issue, we have one more method, which is this get attribute method. Okay, so this get attribute method will help us in extracting the value which is present inside the text box. So before using that method, I would like to discuss one more point here, which is whenever you use not get attribute, whenever you enter anything inside text box. Okay, so that value will let me okay that you can see I am writing text here. Okay, otherwise it will be confusing, because okay, you can see why it is confusing otherwise. So whenever you enter anything inside the text box, the text will automatic stored in an attribute value. Okay, so let me highlight this one. So what I'm saying, whenever you write anything, suppose you have written 1 2 3 4, then 1 2 3 4 will be cached by this attribute is value. So what will happen, suppose if I've written here only, if I have written 2 3 4 here, okay, 2 3 4 if I've written here, then what will happen, that 2 3 4 value will be come inside this value attribute. Okay, so 2 3 4 will come inside this value attribute. So what we will do, we will simply use get attribute method. Now what I will do, I will simply write get attribute and I will write in double quotes value. So what this step is saying, after you execute this, value is already present inside this. So if you get the value of this, then after that you will simply write this and you will see this will give you the value which is present inside this method. By writing like this, you will get this value 234. Okay, in your console output. So in console you can have that 234. Okay, so again I am saying whenever you will write any text, be it a number, suppose you have written a number, so suppose you have written 234 in this text box, so that 234 number value will automatically be placed in this attribute value. Okay, this is what the work attribute value will do. Okay, so value attribute have this value. If I write get attribute of value, then that will give me whatever the number which will be present inside this value attribute. So this way we can extract the text from the browser. Okay, so is it clear to you why get text is not working here and why we are using get attribute? Yeah, yeah, yes, you are 100% correct. Even if you see this is the label, this is the text on the button, you can use get text also. Get text also applicable here. Even if you want to extract that text, get text is applicable here. So but in case of textbook the concept is little bit different. In case of textbooks, go with this which is get attribute of value. Okay, so let me quickly come to my Eclipse editor, then we will do practical of it as well. So with the help of this, you can see Amazon sign in page will go open, and after that I am sending one number, and you can see I will comment this because it is of no use. So I will comment it out, and in the next line I will write string number. Okay, equals to driver dot by dot. Here again I am using id, I am using this only. Okay, I think many of the people are comfortable with id, so let us go with id only. Id, and then simply paste the id value, and then suppose what you have to do, get of, see this is the method I was talking about, get attribute of value. Okay, so after that, so as soon as you, as I'm saying, as soon as you send that number, this number will come here. What is the number? This one. Okay, not this one. 8319690. This is the number. It will be cached here. After that, that number will be placed inside this value attribute. And here, with the help of this line, we are fetching the value. We are fetching the number, whatever is present in the value attribute. Okay. So after that, let me again debug this. Right. This time you will see that number will be extracted from the text box. So let us see it. Okay. Why it is opening in? Okay, let me do one thing. Okay, it is still running. This is the reason I'm not saying debug mode. Okay, so I will first of all debug it so that you can see the number is how the number is extracted. Let us wait so that it can execute easily. Okay, so it is taking more time because my internet connection is slow. Okay, it is taking more time. Maybe our script get failed because it is taking more time to load. And in this case, there will be the chances that your script might fail. Okay, so okay, so it has opened this page. You can see, and after that, it will enter the mobile number which we have given in our code. So it should enter 83196902884. Okay, so it is taking time again. Let us wait. See, you can see here. Okay, so after that, you can see. I don't know whether you are able to see or not, but it has entered that number 83196902884 here. Okay. After that, what we are doing, see this step again. I am explaining. With the help of this, we are able to find where our text box is present. So this is our text box. So the Selenium, or the, you can say, the code will come here. Code will know that this is the text box present. Okay, here, with the help of this highlighted statement. Okay, this one. And after that, we are just saying get me the value, get me the number present inside this value attribute. Okay, by this step. So if I execute this statement, you can see. Okay, I have clicked this, and then you can see this is the number you can see on the screen. 83196902884 is the number, and after that you will simply click this, and you can see that number is we are able to extract that number from the text box in the browser, and we are simply printing it in our console. So this is how get attribute method will work. Is it clear to you all? Any issues? Okay. You are saying that by default it should open maximize. I'm not getting your question. See, I am saying if you comment this step, by default your Chrome will open like this. Your Chrome will open like this. But if you want that your every test should run in maximize mode, then you have to provide this step. Where it is, this is the step. Okay. Okay, if I do it manually, yeah, you are audible. You are saying if I open my Chrome browser manually, then you will see that it is opened in full mode. Hello. So what is the question? This is what I'm confusing. Yeah, yeah. Okay. This get text. Okay, please speak only one at a time. Otherwise, it will be confusing. And Brasu, you are saying something, right? Please tell me what. Okay. Manually, right? Manually. Okay, it is opening in maximize mode, which is fine. Okay. 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 Let so even what I'm saying by default. Okay. By default, when you trigger your Chrome browser, it will open in minimize mode by default. So again, if you provide that maximize button, it will again maximize your window, right? Because by default, when you try to trigger your Chrome browser from this Eclipse, it will open in minimize mode only. Okay. Is it clear? By default, it will open in minimize mode. Okay, I think you are saying like this, that if I do like this, I am not very sure what is your question because it is slightly confusing. So you are saying that if I do like this at the runtime, then what this maximize button will do? It has not failed. You can see it is some intelligent mechanism that even if you are doing it manually, which is not correct, okay, it will not throw any error. Okay, is it clear? Okay. Okay, so where was I? I have so you can see that you are able to print that this number in your Eclipse console with the help of this get text. Okay, sorry, not get text, get attribute. Okay, so let me write it here. Let me come here. In case of text box, go with right. You have to use this, not get text. Okay, so this is the point you should remember, that if you have to fetch any value from the text box, you should use this, not this. And I've already explained why not get text. Okay, so I think this is clear. And after that, suppose so you can see this is there is one more method left, which is click. Okay, these are the three which we have covered as of now. And you can see that this is the most important, click. See, even you have to do, suppose what you have to do after we have inserted our this number, I have to click on this continue button so that we can navigate to next page. You can see it will just navigate me to next page. So you can see here next page is open. If I click on continue button, so my next agenda, or you can say the my next logic would be such a way that I will be able to click on that continue button. So how you will do this? You can see here that this is the method that Selenium guys have provided to click on any web element in your browser. Okay, so let us write some piece of code so that we can understand how this click method is working, right? So as of now, I am removing this. Okay, I am removing this. It is not required. Okay, so I will come here. So I have to click on this continue button. You can see after I will fill this number, I have to click on this continue button. So I will simply click this. This is the first step, right? Before writing any code, you have to first find its attributes. See, id is an attribute. You can see. Okay, id is an attribute, and the value of the id attribute is continue. Okay, you can see class is an attribute. These are the attribute you can see on the left hand side, right? Okay, so one more point. We are discussing this, no problem in that, but as of now we are only using this locator. We are only depending on this id locator, which is not good. So there are many locators as well. These are the three. So let us discuss this locator. Let me again open this. So this time we will go with this locator. As you can see, let us discuss this locator class name. Okay, so discuss this. Let us say I will write. Now we will use this class name locator. Okay, so you can see, if I come to my Chrome browser, as soon as I click here and I will click on this continue button, you will see that highlighted line on my bottom screen. So this is the class name. You can see class is a-button-input. This is my class name, which the developer has used to design that continue button. So I will make use of this class name to click on this continue button, right? This time I will not be using id. You can do with the id as well, but let us also use other locators. Okay, so this time I will simply copy it, and you can see driver. I will again write it driver dot find element, this time not by id. Okay, earlier we used to use id, but this time what I will use by dot class name. You can see, after that press enter, and then inside the class name provide the value of the class. Okay, and then what I will do, I will just simply, this is the method which I was talking in my MS Word. You can see that this is the method which will help you in clicking that continue button. Okay, clicks, let me write in comment as well, clicks continue button. So after that you will see we will be able to successfully click on the continue button. So let us also try to execute it, whether the code which we have written is working correctly or not. Okay, so let us wait and watch. So again it will open and it will maximize because we have provided the code. You can see it is trying to enter the mobile number, and after that it will click on continue button, so that we will be navigated to the password page. Okay, in the next page it will ask for the password, but let it finish first. So it has entered. You can see it has clicked on continue button, and you will be redirected to next page. Okay, you can see this is the next page, and we have successfully clicked on the continue button, and it is just asking for the password. Okay, so you can do many more modifications in this code so that you will be able to fill the password with the help of send keys, and then you will try to log in. Okay, so is it clear to you all that how we are using this click method? Is it, even you will use the same click method in clicking this. Okay, but first you have to use either id or the class name which we have just studied. Okay, so this class name locator is completed, id is completed. You will know, know already how to do it with the help of id, and also with the class name I have made you clear. Okay, let us do with this name this time, right? This is another locator. So let us again, I don't know whether I will be fine to such a locator that will contain name, but let us try, right? I think continue button only we will find. Okay, you can see if I inspect it. Okay, see if you I am just inspecting this text box. So you can see on the highlighted line there is one attribute name. See, this is the one, name equals to email. Okay, so if we have to enter something in this text box, first of all we have used id, but now we will use this name attribute. Okay, this is an attribute and the value of the attribute name is email. So how I will do it, this is very simple. Again, I will comment this. First of all, I will simply write driver dot find the element. Find the element means we have to find the text box, but for finding the text box we have to provide some kind of id or the class name. So I will use name here. Okay, let me write it again. I will use name here. Okay, you can see this is the second one. And what is the value of the name? Email, as you have seen in that console window. Not in the console window, this window. So you can see that the value of that name attribute is email. So what we will do, we have provided the value, and after that what we have to do, we have to just dot send keys. Okay, let me write it again. Dot, this is the method, and I will simply pass this number again. So suppose this is any random number. Okay, so first of all I will comment this because we are not using id this time. To pass that number in the text box we are using name. So okay, it will open. So what will happen, it will open the website. These are commented and so they will not execute at all. After that what will happen, this number will be entered in the text box, but this time with the help of this locator. Okay, name. So let us try to execute this, and you will see that this number will be entered in the text box. You will see that it will enter that number. As you can see on the left hand side, top on the left hand side, the site is still loading. This is the reason that it is taking time to enter the number in the text box. But once the loading of site completes, it will automatically enter the number in the text box. So wait for few seconds more. I think I should run the test again because it is not loading properly this time. Okay, let us wait for a few more seconds. You can say minutes, because I think it will take more time due to poor internet connection. You can see on the in our Eclipse the code is still running, right? It is not failed. So we can wait. or I should do this. Okay, I should not do this. This is incorrect way. Okay, let us do one thing. We will try to execute this test case again because it is not loading properly. Let us do it again. Let us, you can see our test case got failed because I have closed the browser unexpectedly. So let us run it again. This time it should work. So it is again taking, no, it has opened this time little bit fast. So I think this time it should enter the number in the text box with the help of name locator. Okay, so it is again taking the time to load. Okay, so I'm doing one thing. So this is not a correct way, but let me stop this. So it will, so Selenium will think that yes, page is loaded correctly, and it will try to enter then because it is taking the time. I don't know why. Or let I should wait again. I will simply do one thing. I will, if I do this, so that see that it has entered this whatever the value which we have. So is it clear to us with the help of name locator this time it has entered, right? So this is not a correct way that I have just uh, stopped the loading of the site because it is not loading properly due to the poor internet connection, right? But once that site, this Amazon website login page will be opened properly, then after that with the help of name locator we will be able to put this number in the text box. So is it clear that how we can use this name locator? Everyone, please confirm. Do one thing, try to execute it in your own machine where internet connection is good. Here, due to some reasons, I don't know why I am not getting a proper internet connection here as of now. So this is the reason I have just stopped the loading of this site so that it will enter the name here. Sorry, not name, this is the number, okay, with the help of name locator. Okay, so you can see we have id locator is already covered in the previous session. We have covered class name as well. We have covered this as well. So these are the three locators which we have covered. Okay, so see there are not only three locators, there are, I think you can see, if I write, one locator is XPath, one is CSS, one is link text is one of the locator. So these are more locators, you can say these are the most important one, these two, 4 and 5. Okay, so I am not discussing it as of now because our agenda is not that. I'm just saying that these are the few more locators which you will learn in the coming sections. Okay, so as of now I will remove this. So you can see we have learned how to maximize the window, how to get text. We will use get attribute method when we have to extract the text from the text box. Okay, we have also discussed how to use click method. We have also seen, right, how to click on continue button with the help of click method. Okay, so this is the one which is also left, how to move forward and backward in your browser. See, by forward and backward what I mean, so if I am here, okay, so if I have to go back, how I will go with the help of code. If I have to go forward, how I will get, how I will go with the help of code, okay, not manually. So if I have to go forward and backward, there is one simple line of code. Okay, so suppose after that, if I, what happen after that statement, you can see this numbers will be entered in your text box, and after that I have to click continue button so that I will navigate to password page. So I will simply write drive. So this whole statement you can copy. This will remain the same, okay, for the text box finding. This will remain the same, but the action will be changed. What I have to do? Okay, so this is not for continue button, this is for text box. So let me open our browser again. Suppose after we have entered the number, I have to click on uh, continue button. So again, what I will do, I will simply inspect this. You can see, suppose if this time I will take ID. Okay, so here I will simply write driver dot find by dot id. I will place the value of id which we have copied, and then I will simply put the click action. Okay, so what we have to perform after we have entered the number, we have to simply click the continue button. So let us see what will happen if I execute this code. Let us see again. So this time I think it should enter the number without my interruption. I'm not sure. Let us see. See, it has entered the number this time. Okay, so what it is saying incorrect phone number. See, we are not navigated to our password page. The reason is this number is not registered with this Amazon. Okay, so let me write one registered. Try another number. Okay, which is registered, or I can say let us go with the email this time. Okay, so okay, let us take number only. Suppose this is, I think this is the one dummy number which is registered. You can see if I write like this, so this time it should be able to click continue button. It has also clicked the continue button, but we are seeing some error because that number is not registered. This time we will see it will be able to click on continue button, and we will be directed to password page. Let us wait and see what will happen. See, this is the number, and it will click on continue button. Number is registered, so we are able to redirect to that password page. But this is the already we have seen, okay, in this section. But what we have to come backward. Okay, I have to come here again. You can see I have to come here again. So what I will do, I will simply write after that click statement, I will simply write driver dot manage, sorry, not manage, driver dot navigate is one method, navigate is a method, and then you can see that back is the method which we will use. Okay, so with the help of this, what will happen, suppose we are here. Okay, so it is not allowing me to come forward, but see, understand the concept here. If I write like this, driver dot navigate dot back, so this key, backward key, will be pressed automatically, and we will redirect here on this sign in page. Okay, so let us try to execute the code, then we will see whether it is working or not. So the code execution has begun again. So website is going to open first. So it has entered the number. See, after that, are you able to see or not? We are again after clicking on continue button, we are again redirected to this login page. And suppose I am assuming that this is very fast. Even I was not able to see when that happened. So let me put one thing. Okay, I will use one line of code, which is thread.sleep. Okay, this is not a part of Selenium. This is not a part of Selenium. Okay, so here what I am saying, this is just a Java statement, Java part. Okay, so by writing like this, what will happen after the execution of this line? After we have clicked on continue button, our script will not run for these many milliseconds. Okay, I think it is 7 millisecond. Okay, so for the 7 milliseconds, our script will pause and we will not be performing any more operation. So after 7 seconds, 7 millisecond, this statement will execute. Okay, so let us see. This time you will be able to see that it has actually clicked on back button. So again, it will execute. It will maximize. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that part will not come. Yeah, this that is a separate topic. As of now, we have to, for understanding purpose, I am explaining this. That is a separate topic. That is a very big topic. That how to use synchronization. Okay, okay. As of now, for understanding purpose, I have put that kind of milliseconds. Right? We should not use this. Okay. There are another methods in Selenium by which we can deal with this situation. Okay. So as of now, you can see that. The site is loading still, and it is taking time again. See, it has entered the number, and see, after it has clicked on continue button for 7 milliseconds, you will not see anything change in the script. But after that, you will see that it has clicked back button is clicked, and you will be redirected to your original page. Okay, which was this one. So this is how you can use this driver.navigate.back to come backward. And there is one more method which is driver.forward. Okay, so after that, suppose you have come here again, you have to go forward, so you will click this, and it is throwing an error because it is not allowing us. Okay, so this is how you can use these both the methods to navigate backward and forward in your browser. So is it clear to you all? Okay, one thing you should do, try executing this in your machine as well, and let me know if you face any issues. Okay, so I think this is all for today, and I think I've covered each and every. This is also covered. Yeah, this is also covered. Okay, so as of now, any issues, any more issues in this? Someone wants to speak? Who is he? Yeah, 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 we will discuss, we will discuss. Okay, so people who do not have any issue, then they can leave. This is all from my side for today. We'll see you again in the next session when I will be conducting that. So thank you everyone for joining. Okay, thank you, Anbrasu. Have a nice day. Thank you, Syed. Thank you, Vimal. Yeah, yeah, share, share. Wait, first of all, let me close these many browsers which I've opened. Okay, wait. Can you paste your code? Okay, wait. Okay, so okay. So I have closed all the browser as well. So you are saying that in your code that you have written the code and there is no error in the code, but still your browser is not opening. Let us see what is the issue. Okay. See, are you able to see my screen? I think here only you can see. I have to. Are you on the mobile? I think there is some option here only. You can check export, try to explore the option, then I will, or do one thing. Paste the code in the chat here. Okay, paste the whole code. Let me see. Okay, okay. Let me tell you what is the issue you have did. The reason why you are okay. After that, in the system.set property, you have provided one path D in the D local disk D Selenium and then Chrome driver Windows 32, right? Okay. After that, you have to write one more thing. I used to do the same mistake many times. So what you have to do, you have to write like this after that Chrome. Wait me, Chrome, your file name is chrome driver.exe, so that it will trigger that file after this Windows 32. Let me copy this first. Okay, let me, no, see, this is very small issue. You do not have to share your screen as well. Just write the full path. After that full path, provide the file name with extension. .exe is the one, and it that will run your code, your Chrome browser. This is the only mistake you have done. You have did. Yeah, try it, and let me know. Okay. After Chrome driver hyphen win32, just write Chrome driver.exe. After that, your issue will be solved. See, after you have come to that Windows 32 location, there is the files, and that file needs to be executed. So you have to provide that file name as well, which is mandatory. Otherwise, it will not run. Uh, okay, okay. So is it clear? Why you? Okay, okay. No issue. Okay, okay. Thank you, Kavita. Okay. Now you can proceed. Try it. Okay. Thank you, Kavita. Yeah, Syed, say. Share your code. Yeah, please. Can you please share your code on that? Which one I was saying on Classroom. See, one thing I would like to tell that whatever the code you are writing, please try to execute it on Chrome only. See, Selenium is more stable with Chrome if I compare with Internet Explorer and Firefox. So try to write it in Chrome only. This is just a suggestion. Otherwise, it's up to you. Anyways, you can share the code, right? I will check it then. We'll get back to you. Yeah, share now. Okay. Okay. So Sanjeevi, you are having one more issue. That what is the issue? Yeah, I was saying Sanjeev. Sorry, Sanjeev is asking any question, right? What is that, Sanjeev? I think Sanjeev is not able to listen to me. Which one? No, this no, this is, see, you can see on my screen. Syed has asked this question. I think you are confused. You can see on my screen. Says I will check it, Syed, and I will get back to you. So Sanjeevi, I think Sanjeevi is not able to listen to us. Okay, so I think what is the code here? Let me copy this. Yeah, sure, Kavita. Yeah. Okay, so you are saying that you have to attend 6:30 session batch. Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so one thing, just pin me a message. Just, yeah, it will be fine. Just pin me a message. Okay, before 1 hour or 2 hours. Okay, okay, that's it. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, thank you. Bye. So Sanjeevi, okay, Sanjeev. Yeah, I am able to see your screen. What is the issue? Yeah, wait, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait, wait.